Okay, why you can't focus? Why can't people focus these days, especially kids? I have the answer for you. The thing is, everything is so stimulating. Your mind is basically fucked. Your thoughts are fucked. You're overstimulated constantly. You know, this takes me back to the Buddhist practice. I'm not trying to be woo-hoo here, but they have a point, you know. They see what their theory is about the monkey mind. Every person has a monkey mind, you know. You don't stop thinking. You're thinking 24/7. Even in your sleep, you're thinking. Even when you go to sleep, you're thinking. You're not thinking when you're in REM sleep, when you're totally shut down. That's the only point where you're not thinking. But everything else, you're thinking. Even a fucking coma, you're thinking, you know. It's constantly thinking. It's constantly your mind making the context of the world. But what's happening now with all the short form content, with all the overstimulation, with everything is just short and overstimulated, you know, I give an example like gaming and listening to music at the same time. That's way too much stimuli. And talking to your friends at Discord at the same time. That's 3 overstimulating things by itself, and you're combining it. And then you're asking me why you can't focus. It's logical, because your mind's always full of thoughts. You're never trying to quiet your mind, you know. Focus is a flow state. Focus is where you concentrate on one thing and you have calm thoughts. You only have thoughts about that one thing. And that's where focus comes in. But why you can't focus is probably because you're trying to focus, but then you're getting distracted by some thought. What your friend did yesterday, or what you saw on TikTok here, or what happened here. You're constantly being distracted. Your mind can't focus on one thing because it's not trained like that anymore. It's trained to do the opposite. It's trained to go from this short form of content to this one. You're scrolling. You're constantly switching attention. Then you're doing this. Then you're doing that. Your mind is just overstimulated. It's fucked up. That's why you can't focus. That's why your head feels so restless. That's why it feels so heavy to live in your mind, is because your thoughts are controlling you. Your thoughts are taking you over. Your thoughts are making you crazy because you have so many and you're not trying to make them less. You understand? I hope you understand this point right now. So if you understand this point, I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to better this. And if you start implementing these tips, I'll promise you, within a fucking week, your focus is gonna be way better, you're gonna feel way better, you're gonna be way more calm, you're going to be able to think more clearly, and that's what you all want, right? You're probably watching this because you can't focus on school, your studies, your gym progress, maybe even your side hustle, you know? A lot of people want to start side hustles, but they just don't have the focus for it. They don't have the patience, the concentration for it. Their mind is too fucked. So yeah, how can you actually fix this? It's by doing some methods, but it's also a big part of it is lowering the stimulation, lowering the leading factors to why you have such bad concentration. So I would suggest you that you limit your screen time, limit your scrolling. You know, scrolling is like, it fucks up your mind. It trains your mind to focus on something else every other second, you know. Your attention span is probably fucked. It's probably not even 5 seconds where you can sit and look at something without a thought and just concentrate. It's not even 5 seconds. It's completely fucked. That's why you need to lower that stimulation. You need to... I'll be honest, if I was you, just fucking delete TikTok and Instagram and all of those fucking bullshit things. They're just fucking up your mind. But if you really can't do it, then just at least try to lower it. And at least be aware of yourself that this is fucking up your concentration. So yeah, that's what I used to do. Set a limit on your phone when then you get a notification when you're too long on Instagram. I set it to 10 minutes a day or something. Yeah, that works. But just lower the stimulation. Be sure that your mind is not constantly getting fucked up by short form content. And how to actually train concentration, how to actually quiet your mind. There's an exercise for it. It's gonna sound woohoo, but a lot of successful people do it. Monks do it because they quiet their mind and they're at peace. It's meditating. Start to meditate. Don't give a fuck about what people say. Don't even tell somebody you're doing it, but just do it. I personally, I meditate every day at the same time. Before I go to bed, when I go to put down my phone, I set a timer for 10 to 20 minutes. I set a timer, then I lay down in my bed, just like this. And what you're trying to do with meditation, quick tutorial. You're just going to lay there. You're going to try to quiet your mind. You're going to try to not think. It's really hard, because when you try it at the first time, not thinking, instantly the thoughts will come even more. Your mind will get flooded with thoughts, especially when you don't try to have thoughts. And a lot of people get off meditation because they experience this, but this is what meditation is about. Our minds are so fucked that it's so hard. But the thing is, if you try to meditate, if you start meditating now, and you notice the thought is coming up and it's dragging you away from your focus, just get back to the focus moment. That's what meditation is. Bring yourself back to the focus. Bring yourself back to the quiet place in your mind. That's what meditation is, and that's what's gonna quiet your mind. You know, if you have a quiet mind, you can focus on things. You don't have many unnecessary thoughts. Then you can fully focus and get work done. But if you're constantly having thoughts, if you're constantly being flooded by stimulation, by things that happened yesterday, things you saw on TikTok, you can't even focus on one thing for 5 seconds or you get crazy. Meditate. It's gonna make it so much better. If you do this for a week, you will see results, I swear. Even if it's 5 to 10 minutes a day, even less than 5 minutes, 2 minutes a day, it's gonna change your life very quick. So try this, promise. And the last thing that's really good for your concentration is reading. Now, why is reading good? I would read self-improvement books because you actually learn good information from it. And it's really quality information. It's not like the things you see in YouTube videos. It's even better quality info. You know, from people that actually write books. Not a lot of people do that these days. But why is reading books good? It's because you're forced to focus on the page. You're forced to focus to reading the book. And when I started reading, I was 16 when I bought my first self-improvement book. Yeah, it was fucked, man. I would read like 3 pages and my mind was fucked. I then didn't want to read anymore. I couldn't focus anymore. I had to reread the sentence again and again because I couldn't focus. I was reading and thinking about something else at the same time. And that's when I noticed I need to meditate. I need to do something about my mind, because with this mind I can't focus and I can't read books. I can't focus in class. I can't focus on kickbox training. I can do nothing because my mind is fucked. So I had to change it. I'm changing it now. It's a long progress, but I want to get you onto it if you're experiencing these problems. So yeah, this is the video. I really hope I inspire people to meditate more, to lower their short form content intake, and to just try to peace your mind, try to quiet your mind, learn the power of meditation. If I've inspired a couple of people with this video, I'm glad. If you have questions, if you want to see more videos, if you have suggestions of videos you want to see from me, then leave them down in the comments below. Until next time.